what you can also do to save yourself a lot of money. Every time you get something that's packed in styrofoam, save it. I just get empty styrofoam bead bags. These are just chunks of styrofoam that have been used as packing material, and it's easy to break it up into smaller pieces. Alright, let's start. This makes good filler. Don't have to use as much cement mix then. So we're going to mix this up on a table. Normally I do this right in place. I start out with just placing some, and I'm putting this on a plastic sheet so that after it's all dried it won't stick. Let's just make a relatively small rock here. Let's place some of my mix. And then what I do is I start taking styrofoam and I just start placing it into the mix to take up space. Make sure you don't go too far to the outside or you'll lose the strength of your rock. Okay, put some styrofoam chunks in. If you're making a bigger rock, you can use empty water bottles. Have you add some more of the styrofoam mix, cement, and just start forming a rock-shaped pile with the margin trough. And you can start to shape the bottom and tuck it in. Remember, rocks aren't all nice and round. If you want nice round rocks, make nice round rocks. If you don't, well then let's make this a little bigger one. And I can use these to help me get some shape. Depending on where I want it to stick out. But it all takes up space, so I don't have to use nearly as much of the cement mix. And it also helps to make the rocks very, very light. Just keep sticking these pieces in here. Adding our mix. It's a pretty sticky mix. It holds very nicely. And just get a general shape going. I wanted a big bump sticking out here. Add a chunk of styrofoam. You don't worry too much about details here, but you do want the general shape of the rock that you're looking for. Making sure we completely cover the styrofoam. And notice I'm also going around the edges, pushing it in at the bottom, let the rock curves underground. When it's sitting on the surface, it looks like a complete rock, not with a flat bottom. Now let's see how we look in front. you kind of look at rocks and see what they look like, what you want to make yours look like. This doesn't have to have a lot of detail in it because you're going to cover this with a mortar mix. But let's say, well, I think I'd like this rock maybe to have a crevice right here. Now then go ahead and form in some kind of a deformity that you're going to finally build into finished product. You can mess with it, do whatever you want. And there's our basic rock form first. Okay, while that rock is setting, I have some left in the mix I mixed up. Why don't I just show you what we can do here with bottles. You can start out with a base. And you can place bottles inside. And they can be more than one. Have lots of bottles. Very nice and lightweight. Give it some form. Now these rocks I'm making here, of course, are actually making them so they're actually individual rocks that are separate. Most of the rocks that I make, I just build in place, and they're not meant to be moved. If you build them on a sheet of plastic like I have laying here, then they're not going to stick. After they're set, you can pick them up with no problems, peel the plastic off. Okay, there we have just using a bottle. We have another rock form. And you can do that with one bottle, bottles. Stick them together with the mortar mix and make as big or small a rock as you want. The bottles are especially good when you're making very large rocks. So we'll let these set, and then we'll come back and we'll do some finishing on them. And let's say maybe one will put some integral color into the finish coat, and then I'll show you how to finish them up with